So this Srimad Bhagavatam contains the condensed form of all the rasas. And those who are rasikaha, those who are expert in relishing this rasa of the mellows, the transcendental mellows of relationships. Relationships of what? In this material world, also we experience rasas of various kinds. The relationship between parents and their children, relationship between brothers and sisters, relationship between friends, and a relationship between master and servant. There are some people who are very loyal followers of their masters. This is also one kind of rasa. And then there is relationship between lover and beloved, which is the topmost rasa even in this material world. The sweetness of the rasa between a lover and beloved cannot be matched by any other relationship. So in this material world, everybody is seeking these kind of relationships, seeking the pleasure, seeking the rasa in these relationships. But then the Srimad Bhagavatam is not talking of those kind of rasas, because the poet Vidyapati, he sings Tatala Saikate Varabindu Sama Sutamita Ramani Samaje. The pleasure we experience in the rasa of our relationships with Suta, Mita, Ramani, with our Suta, with our children, Mita, with our friends, and Ramani, with our wife or with our lover, and Samaja, with the whole society. We have a certain relationship. We have a certain position in this material world. We have a certain status. And there is a rasa in enjoying that status. And when people come and respect you, oh, you are so-and-so person. I've heard a lot about you. You are a very intelligent person. Then there is a certain rasa in that kind of status in this material world. All the rasas within this material world, in these various relationships, are what are actually driving the people to engage in various activities. Every person, he is finding a rasa in a certain relationship, and he is impelled by that to act in his position. For example, some people, they are very much into politics. The whole life they will live as politicians. For an ordinary man, he cannot even think, how can somebody become a politician? But for the politician, he is enjoying the rasa, the relationship he is having with the masses. He becomes a chief minister, or he becomes a prime minister, or he becomes some sort of minister. Then a lot of people will come to him, ask him favors. They will glorify him, sir. You are such a big minister. You have done so much for the country. Now we want this favor from you. And he also, okay, I'll do this favor for you. There is a rasa in that. There is the rasa of the relationship arising out of power that one wields. Then some people want to become businessmen. It is in their blood. They want to enjoy the rasa of having a lot of money, being wealthy. Then there are some people who want to get into research. They want to become scientists. They are not interested in politics. They are not interested in earning money. They want to teach. They want to research and teach. There are many teachers of management. If they know management so well, they can apply those management principles, and they themselves can become big entrepreneurs. They can become big businessmen. But no, they are not interested in the money. They want to teach people. And when those students go out and become successful businessmen, they feel a certain pride. They feel a certain rasa in that. So teacher-student relationship. There is a rasa in the teacher-student relationship. Like this, every person in this material world is impelled in his activities by a certain rasa he is experiencing with the people in relation with him. Now, the crux of all those relationships are described by poet Vidyapati when he says, Suta Mita Ramani Samaja. The rasa of paternal affection, it may be towards one's own children, it may be towards one's juniors, it may be towards students, etc., etc. Whoever is one subordinate, the rasa that one experiences with such subordinates, that is one kind of rasa. Then Suta Mita, with friends, with equals. You joke, you spend free time with them, you exchange views with them, you seek help from them, you sometimes help them in their times of need. There is a certain rasa in that. And Ramani, in our loving relationship with our wife or girlfriend or whatever, there is another kind of rasa there. And then there is Samaja, the rest of the society, various people whom we interact with. These form the crux of the rasas that we experience in this material world. Now that is impelling and driving this whole world. This whole world is running at great speed because of the impelling force of all these rasas. Because there is a certain happiness, there is a certain enjoyment that comes out of that. Now that happiness that comes out of these material rasas, poet Vidyapati says, Tatala saikate vari bindu sama. He compares it, Tatala saikate, in the midst of burning sands. That means suppose you are in the middle of a desert. You are surrounded by burning sands. Everywhere you can see only the heat and everywhere you turn, you only see sand dunes. Nothing else is there for hundreds of kilometers together. And you are stuck in that middle of that hot desert. What is the one thing you need the most? The one thing you need the most in that situation is water. If anybody can come and give you water, he is my savior. He is my Kankanda Devam. He is my God whom I can see with my eyes. Somebody who can save me with water. So you are thirsting for water. You are dying for water. At that time I come in front of you. You want water? I have brought water for you. You will be like, oh, you are my savior. You are my everything. You are my guru. You are my daiva, everything. Please give me water. Okay, open your mouth. And you open your mouth. I will put one drop of water in your mouth. Vari bindu sama. Vari means water. Bindu means drop. One drop of water I will put in your mouth. What will you do? You will take your chappal and start beating me. What else will you do? I asked for water. This is what you are giving? Water only I gave you. But no, I am not satisfied with one drop of water. I want buckets of water in the middle of the desert. And you are coming and giving me one drop of water. It is only increasing my thirst. It is not decreasing my thirst. If you had not given water, it would have been still okay. You gave one drop of water, gave the taste of water, and made me even more thirsty. And there is no water. The thirst is, even more it has increased my thirst. Like this, the rasas we experience in this material world are only increasing our thirst to experience those rasas. They are not really satisfying us in the heart completely. Then what is the kind of rasa that the Bhagavatam is talking of? The Bhagavatam is talking of the rasas that we experience, the mellows that we experience in our relationship with the Supreme Lord. That means the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, is meant for people who want to experience a relationship with the Supreme Lord. If we are interested in mukti, if we are interested in merging in Brahman, there is no question of any relationship. The Srimad Bhagavatam is not meant for such people. The Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for people who want to relish the wonderful various emotions and feelings associated with our relationship with the Supreme Lord. And such rasas that we can experience, such transcendental mellows we can experience in our relationship with Krishna, they can satisfy the heart fully. Only they can quench our thirst for the pleasure we are seeking in those relationships in this material world. No relationship within this material world is perfect enough to completely satisfy all our desires in that relationship. Always there will be friction in that relationship. Some expectations will come short and we will always be left hankering. That, oh, I expected this in my relationship, what to do? It was not meant. Look at that person, look at his relationship with his parents. If only my parents had been like that. Look at that husband and wife, how loving they are. If only I had been like that. If you go into their life, they will be thinking, they'll be looking at somebody else and saying, look at them, their family life is so nice. If only I had such kind of family life. Remember, grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, never on your side of the fence. You will never become happy or satisfied in the relationships in this material world. And therefore, the Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, forget about all these things, reject all those things, establish your relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna and enjoy your rasa with him, because that can fully satisfy your expectations, and far beyond your expectations, Krishna can satisfy you in those relationships.